probably signal with the torch. Signal with the torch, the umpire. You got to signal.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Stop. Tell them stop.
And our game today, Melbourne Pirates versus the Kiwi Warriors. We've got Lucas Holgate from the Melbourne Pirates, Ethan Campbell here from the Kiwi Warriors, and our two umpires, Kerr and John, to oversee the all-important toss. Home team, is it? It's a call of heads, and it's a tail. Ethan's decided that he's going to have a bowl. Just hang around there for a moment, Lucas. We'll have a chat to you in a moment. But Ethan, welcome. First game of the tournament. How's it all feeling?
Yeah, it's feeling pretty good. The boys are having a good hit, so yeah, we're just really looking forward to getting out there.
Yeah, good one, mate. And tell us, how's your team coming together? You're all basically from New Zealand, aren't you? Come over here to Australia?
Yep, all but two are from Australia, so yeah, it's pretty good to have a pretty fresh NZ team over here to experience these conditions, and it's a pretty awesome track too by the looks, so yeah, we're definitely looking forward to it. Yeah,
we've got fantastic conditions. Fair bit of water yesterday, but this will be dried out. Now your decision, what was behind your decision?
Yeah, it looks to be a pretty good track from what we've seen, but we're hoping that it's just dry out a little bit more, so it might play to our advantage a little bit more later on, so yeah, looking forward to bowling. Yeah.
Go well, eh? Have a good game.
Thank you very much.
All the best. Now, a loss yesterday, a tough loss. Well, you gave up about 20 runs in the last over, didn't you? What's your assessment of that?
Oh, it's a bit hard to sort of swallow the pill, but it makes you sort of want to come out today and want it a bit more and fight a bit harder.
And what was the chat about? What was your message to the boys after yesterday's close loss?
There's no point dwelling in the past. You just got to take what's in front of you and hit it head on.
And what were you going to do if you'd won the toss today?
I was going to bat anyway.
There goes. So there we have it. We've got a win to the New Zealand Kiwi.
Welcome to day two of the ACL Under-19 Carnival, and thanks so much to Grant O'Hara for the toss. And it's going to be a beautiful day, and already is a beautiful day. Around 30 degrees here at North Noble Park, the home of the Limbrook Cricket Club. We thank them for putting on a great show. Magnificent opening day yesterday, and it's day two today, and the Kiwis have their first match of the tournament. They play the Pirates, who played first yesterday, the Melbourne Pirates. Conditions were tough yesterday. They only made 98. I thought they were going to defend those, but Sri Lanka got the runs at the very end, the Lankan Lions, and they ended up getting the runs in the 19th over. And so they've got some work to do with their batting. So New Zealand winning the toss and electing to bowl like all teams did yesterday. And we've got a Jeff Thompson in our midst as straight away Bouvier is able to get a run for the Melbourne Pirates, and they're none for one as I welcome the great man Grant O'Hara to our coverage on Set Sports right around the world. Welcome, Grant. Great to be here.
Dan Lonergan, it's so good to be working with you again, mate. I see you every ACL, under-19s and the Opens, and it's always a really exciting time to be part of cricket. And what a beautiful day we've got presented itself.
Adam Wood operating from the far end, or the city end. He's the Jeff Thompson, isn't he? And this takes the top of the bat and just lands in between the wicket keeper and Adam Wood.
And I am loving this bowling action.
Yeah, I love it.
The Jeff Thompson lookalike. He comes in, he steadies himself, and got that slinging action.
He has.
Yesterday, the wicket was affected by water. We had some heavy rain here
on Sunday.
Ago, and it was a little tacky, but I think the wicket will be beautiful today.
Day two of the tournament, and Holgate gets one down the leg side, ends up being a wide, and it's none for two in the opening over. But, interesting day yesterday.
Tacky, but as you said earlier, all the teams that chased won yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, yes.
In fact, this Melbourne Pirates side were the recipients of a really tough loss in the end, because there was like a 20-run last over, which got the Sri Lankans across the line. So, but how excited these young Kiwis, these young Kiwi side that most of them, all bar a couple, are all the way over from New Zealand, and super excited to be here in Melbourne.
Here's Adam Wood again, and this is short, and attempting to pull from outside the off stump was Holgate, and he does not score.
Yeah, he was just saying just how much energy there is among the team at the moment. As I say, all the way from New Zealand, most of them, and the captain, Ethan Campbell, this is his second year in the tournament, so he knows what it's like to be part of ACL.
In all black, the Kiwis, and here's Holgate. He drives beautifully, gave himself room through the covers, and there wasn't much of a gap there, Grant, was there? But he found the gap and hits a boundary.
No gap.
And great shot that was.
Blazers outside off stump. First ball, he's half pitched up, our slinging action bowler, and didn't he blaze that through the offside? A beautiful shot.
None for 6 in the opening over. Just a slip in place early days and a deep gully. Wood again, and Holgate really didn't strike that one. Again, stepping away. It was a real battle for them making runs yesterday, as they were the first team to have a bat on a wicket that was pretty green. But I thought the groundsman Luke did a wonderful job to get it up and about, and then they bowled beautifully. But as you say, Grant, Sri Lanka just able to get over the line in the 19th over. He'll get another run as he squeezes behind square. Again, he's exposing his stumps, isn't he?
He's
playing towards leg. Yeah.
And they've got those, the two fielders out in the early stages of the first 5 overs were both behind square. So that's telling us that the bowling is going to be that short pitched. Apart from the one that was pitched up and absolutely blazed. Holgate retains strike, goes down. What do you think, Dan, about this? It's definitely a trend now of batting second. Do you feel it's almost like a no-think now? You just bat second, or do you take the conditions into account? What's your read?
Well, we're going to use other wickets, aren't they, that are available on the square here at Barry Power Reserve, Grant, as far as I know. And we've got the great man Ash Barrow, who's umpiring today, and of course a well-known groundsman around the Berwick area. And
Merry Creek soil,
yes,
he tells me about. He said, in the Merry Creek soil is a soil that really needs plenty of water. So the water that we've had is actually going to hold us in really good stead.
So the point I'm making is that maybe as the weather continues to be good, and we're expecting 30 today, 34 tomorrow. I know up where you're from, and we wish everyone the best of luck up in southeast Queensland. Cyclone Alfred on its way, or on its way. I don't know whether you call a cyclone an it or gender related, but yeah, the weather here will be great. So maybe teams will eventually decide to bat first if they win the toss, as Boyer is bowling with his left arm spinners, and we've got Bouvier, the batter, at the non-strikers end, and Boyer, Bhour, operating for New Zealand from the commentary end. No run from the first ball of his spell in the second over. And he attempts to swing and doesn't really connect then. He was aiming for cow corner out on the onside.
Holgate looking to really make a stamp on his innings really early here. It's a really high risk, high reward type approach. Just not sure of his team. I think his team would like him there for a number of overs. So
is he going too aggressively?
Let's just take a look at how he approaches it.
Boer in again. And he drives down the ground. That's a beautiful cricket shot, but there is protection. Asif comes around from long on, and another run on the board. It's none for 8 in the second over.
Yeah, look, I just think the young guys can go a bit hard a bit early. Yeah, there's still, look, that was a lovely shot. Just a nice punch down the ground. Rotate the strike, get your mate on strike.
Bouvier doesn't score from the next one. Again, good bowling from the left arm. We know how good these left arm spinners are, aren't they, in these limited overs games, whether they be T20, whether they be the 100, which is now big in England, or the 50 over format at the top level. And this level, that's down the leg side. That'll be a wide. He just tried to dart that in a bit too quicker and lost his control then.
Between the umpire and the stumps, you notice too. So moving between the umpire around the wicket.
Yes, Ray Bright used to do that, one of my favourite players. This one is dropped away without much confidence in the air, and it just had enough to balloon over the head of the bowler Boer and the fielder in the covers, short cover.
See where he's probably targeting here. You see those bare patches just outside off stump? Now let's just see what happens here. He gets a little tacky there and holds up, which can draw that false stroke.
None for 10. Gives it air. This is in the air, and that's a magnificent shot. That was hit without much effort at all, and it just sails over Longoff's head, and a beautiful looking cricket shot, as you can see on the replay, Grant.
There's the combination of fantastic timing, not trying to hit the ball, he didn't even follow through, and the meat of these bats. You hit these bats these days in the middle like that, and the timing of that was just magnificent. That's the first 6 of the innings. And that's what I'm saying. He doesn't have to risk high risk. He can just play good cricket shots, and he'll have his team in really good shape before he knows it, without taking risk.
Lucas Holgate. No one got more than 15 yesterday for the Pirates. Wood for his second over. And this is a pill for a catch down the leg side, tempting to hook, and Bouvier is gone. That's how Jeff Thompson got a lot of his wickets. Bowling it short, attempting to hook. He's feathered it through, and young Robinson's taken the catch. Look at the replay.
Yeah, one of those dismissals that are just, you're so unlucky as a batter. Just feathered that off the glove. Another good, and the umpiring was really good yesterday, and I'm really pleased to see these guys, and Kerr and John, local umpires, have started off really well again, and that's an early dismissal there for the Kiwi Warriors. They'll be super excited about that. Well done, boys, and yeah, tough dismissal, caught down leg. So angling in, isn't he? He uses the crease, angles in, and bowls just that short of a length. Sort of a bit that, always kind of angling in. I'm not sure if he'll have an away swing. He may do.
And the run-up's exactly the same too, isn't it? And the way he just sort of, as Tomo used to say, go wang when he gets to the crease. Probably, I mean, I haven't faced him, and I don't want to face him, Grant, but he's reasonably lively, isn't he, young Wood?
Yeah, I love his little spice, smooth action there. Bit Sean Tate too, Dan, a little bit. So Sean sort of popped at the crease, didn't he? He just fell right through the crease, which is so nice to see.
He was even more slinging, wasn't he? Here he is again, and this is down the leg side only marginally, and it took off a bit, avoiding it.
Just top front arm and away, and that's jagged off the wicket. Started outside off stump, and the angle took it down leg, off cutter.
One for 17. This is down the leg side again. So we saw a couple of teams, especially late in the day, had some fast bowlers. The Sydney Kangaroos, they got belted by Pakistan after batting okay. High score of the day, 128 batting first, and You thought that was a pretty competitive score, but Pakistan got the runs with one leg in the air. Didn't help that the Sydney Kangaroos bowlers, the fast bowlers in particular, didn't have control. And that's a nice delivery which has the batter on his toes defending back. So in the third over, 1 for 18.
So Dan, you're a local, just for international viewers. Where in the world are we? Melbourne, south of Melbourne?
We are in the southeastern suburbs of Melbourne at Noble Park.
It's only about half an hour outside the Melbourne city.
Correct. And we are about 10 minutes from what people may know of as the Monash car park, which is the Monash Freeway. Having said that, since COVID, I reckon the Monash Freeway, and I've travelled on it a lot because I live over at Williamstown, and a lot of my work is with the Mornington Peninsula sporting associations. I don't think it's as bad as it used to be, but there was a period there where it was a very, very busy road. This is pushed away to the offside, and there won't be a run. Again, Wood has the batter on his haunches, bowling short of a length. It's 1 for 18 in the third over.
So it looks like the wicket at the moment is playing very truly. A really nice wicket, a bit in it for the bowlers, coming onto the bat nicely.
Still a slip and a deep gully. Oh, gee, that's good bowling. That was Yorker length. Takes an outside edge. They go for a run. Good running. Holgate in particular, being the captain, being the man who's been in a little bit longer, was very proactive then. He fling to the non-striker's end, but it misses and they get another run. 1 for 19.
And Melbourne's really turned on the weather. As you see, it's going to be 30 today, 34 tomorrow. Wonderful conditions.
Oh, it's a bouncer. Beauty too. And it's called a wide.
Yeah, he looked at his square leg, mate, and John said, mate, do you think that went over the shoulders? If it did, we're going to call it a wide now that's the one warning for the over.
Did he not, though, duck underneath it? I mean, was he standing at his proper height on the crease? What do you think about that?
Yeah, Anker's,
he's a great umpire, don't get me wrong, but
he's obviously thought
yeah.
He's standing, he probably went over his.
Look, oh, good bowling again, and he was looking to maybe uppercut that over point, or even a little bit more over vacant third or fourth slip. Again, a short one from Wood, and Holgate misses. So good battle here, 1 for 20 after 3 overs, with Bouvier, the batter, out, with Melbourne Pirates been sent into bat. Fourth team in a row that's won the toss in this tournament so far. And the New Zealand, or the Kiwi Warriors, playing their first game of the tournament today. Great to have them here.
I really enjoyed watching Wood bowl. It's so nice to see a young fella who's creating his own action, but as you quite rightly say, it's been modeled on a couple of absolute champions. Particularly Jeff Thompson, who's just freakishly good.
Wouldn't he love it if he saw it?
Sorry,
Wouldn't he love it if he saw it?
yeah, absolutely he would.
Bore. And the striker lost his feet then as he plays it out towards deep mid-wicket, looking to advance.
Yeah, look, that could have gone anywhere.
Yeah.
I still think there's a place for building an innings in the short format of the game. When you're a young player, just get a few in the middle, get some, get a feel for how the wicket's playing. Let's see how Holgate approaches it here now. He's got a spinner in. He's hit a beautiful 6, which is a very controlled shot over long off. Let's see if he now just starts working the ball, and when it's a bad ball, hit it.
Long off and deep mid-wicket on the boundary, Grant, as it's cut away out to deep cover and there's no run.
Righto, yeah. Deep mid-wicket and a deep long off.
Yeah.
The two players out.
One for 21. It's good bowling because he tightened him up and he knows that Holgate is aiming leg side, isn't he, that when he's taking stance.
Yeah, it's part of the left arm spinner's variation. That was probably a 90 Ks. Spear it into leg stump. Yeah, he's starting to pin Holgate down now.
He is a bit.
What does Holgate do? Does he stay patient, just wait for the loose ball? Or does he go big? I feeling he might go big there. That's 2 or 3 dots in a row. And they tell me 3 dots creates pressure in the batter's head.
He doesn't need to go too big though. He does. It didn't really move his feet. That was clever bowling, I thought, again, by Bohr outside that off stump, and he reached at it without moving the feet and just got enough on it elevation-wise to clear the short, straight cover. He's pretty tall there, about 12 metres away from the bat. And this is hit in the air. You think this will be caught. The wicket-keeper's camped underneath it and takes the catch. Straight up and down in the mine shaft. Second wicket falls. Ball's done a good job. And both he and Wood have got important wickets so far for the Warriors. And after 4 overs, the Pirates 2 for 22.
Yep, he'll walk back. Probably wonder why he chose that shot to that ball. And it's about the pressure that was being built by the left arm orthodox. And he probably would, in hindsight, say, look, I'll just play out, respect the good ball and be there for the next over. But team game, he was trying to do what he thought was best for his team, and that was get on with it.
Was it perceived pressure or real pressure? Was it perceived pressure or real pressure?
I think perceived, because we're still only really early days.
Yeah.
He's only very early in his innings. He wouldn't have faced that many balls.
No.
And pretty much threw it away, didn't he?
That was the problem with a lot of their batting yesterday. There were 10s and 12s and 15s and 13s, and I know the wicket was pretty tough, but they just never quite got going.
So what are they? 2 for 22 off about 4, so they're at about 5 runs and over. But put that down to some really nice bowling there by our opening partnership. And of course, you don't just bat in partnerships in games of cricket, you also bowl in partnerships. And so the pressure that was started to be created there by Hughes in the medium fast, then was translated into a wicket there from the left arm orthodox. So good cricket. Now we're going to change the bowling down.
Yes, Pat Barsi is the new bowler. Taj is the new batter at the non-strikers end. Lucas Holgate will face the skipper. He's played a lot of his cricket over in the western suburbs as a youngster. Fair way from here. Now, Holgate's done what a lot of players tend to do. They get a thick outside edge that flies over the slips cordon, and Asif was more square in regard to being at third man, not fine enough, and the outfield's pretty quick. It was a bit dewy this morning, but now I reckon it's drying out due to the sun, Grant, and he gets a handy 4 runs.
Yeah, that's one of those, if you're going to go, don't go hard, that's it. Situation.
And there he goes again. This time a chance for a catch. It's been taken. Lunging forward as if he was just a bit finer. He moved around about 5 metres. Sometimes the horse is bolted when you make that field change, but on that occasion, that is excellent captaincy by Ethan Campbell. and he's got a top edge flying over the slips cordon, and he's fallen for the 3-card trick. Once bitten, twice shy.
And that's excellent commentary. Because I'll tell you what, that's exactly what I was thinking too. I was thinking, how often do you see it? The horse is bolted, we'll bring him in now, and too late. But the very next ball, exactly the same pitch of ball, exactly the same swing of the bat, and what a good catch. They're not easy catches going forward like that on a boundary when you're running in. Really got to commit to it, stay low, keep your eyes on it, and really good catch. And we saw some very disciplined fielding and bowling yesterday, but damn, we did see some ill-disciplined fielding and bowling too. And it wasn't a coincidence. The teams that took their catches and stayed together in the field were the winners at the end of the day. And one thing I can tell you as an Australian, we know the Kiwi teams are always mentally tough guys. They're really, I love the Kiwi cricket team, just how the culture that they've built. And it'll extend down into their other rep teams, the teams like this. Good start by the Kiwi Warriors.
3 for 26 in the 5th over, losing early wickets again, the Pirates. Bassi with a wicket. Oh, was there an edge? Did Robinson go the wrong way, and then he stuck his glove out and he wasn't able to hang on to it?
I think the number of hands that went on heads there, and I must admit, Dan, when I first saw it, I really did think that there was quite a thick edge, and you're quite right. The keeper started going down leg and then had to prop back. This is another thing, Dan. I know I'm speaking as an old wicketkeeper with emphasis on old, but I really do think that the whole craft of keeping has been devalued in these limited over games. Not saying this fella's not a good keeper by any stretch, but I'm just saying that they're actually bringing blokes in now to keep that probably isn't their number one fielding position. And now if this fella goes on to get plenty of runs, every run that the keeper gets, until he passes the number of runs, he's actually in deficit as far as I see it.
So is it playing your mind to be?
Oh, I'd much rather see them take catches and get dismissals, because we know if you're taking a good catch or a good stumping, you start building pressure on the team, and yeah, I don't like them devaluing keepers in this format.
Bassi bowls again. It's worked away down to Whitey's third man. He does take it. Look, I think he's done a lot right, Robinson, so far. He's taken 2 catches, one down the leg side off the attempted hook, and then, of course, a sky ball. But it was interesting there. That ball, to me, from the edge, always looked like it was going offside. And he just misread it. It wasn't a bad effort to get the glove at it. Didn't quite hang on. 3 for 28. They'll go for a run here. This is an interesting move. Great return, because the batter running to the non-striker's end was virtually right next to the fielder when he received that at short mid-off. And then he was away, so he was always going to make his ground. So the return was to the far end. Again, Robinson whipped the bails off, but the batter was home. Good cricket. 5 overs gone. 3 for 29. And the Warriors electing to bowl first, and the Pirates got some work to do.
Who's in front, Dan?
I think the Warriors are. They'd be happy to get. I know that they're bowling first, but I think they'd be happy to get 3 early wickets in the first 5 overs, because it now means that the Pirates, who are looking to me, and you said the same thing, Grant, we're going to go quick early, just need to rein it in a bit over the next 5 overs.
And there's still a place, Dan, in my mind, for someone to anchor this innings and see it through and get the big hitters on strike.
Pops away, no run. Chokshi, who got into double figures yesterday, is at the non-strikers end.
Dan, it's great to have set sports back involved again.
Yes. Sachin and the team.
Sachin and the team travelled all the way from India to be here with us. And look at that angle, straight down the wicket. Really lovely facility here, Dan. They also play AFL here.
Yes, Lynbrook in the 4th Division of the Southern Football League. This is dabbed away, one that kept a little bit low for Chokshi, and he plays it down to wideish third man. There's no run.
The skipper's making an interesting decision here to keep the left arm orthodox going while he's hitting his spot. Beautiful.
This is his 3rd over, so it'll be interesting what he does at the end of this over, Campbell, with his spinner. He gives this more air, they work it away and they get another run. So they've just got to keep the run rate ticking over. Well done, Chokshi. Taj at the other end.
So the captains have still got, they've got plenty of decisions to make, even at this early stage of running in the 6th over. Who do I bowl at the death? If this fella's his day's on, do I hold him back or do I bowl him out? Plenty of tactical decisions.
Yes, bowled well, doesn't he? I mean, it's the variation that these left-armers do so well in the limited overs form of the game, Grant. We've seen it, as I mentioned earlier, over the years, that they can just dart it in, they can give it a little bit more flight, so it might dip. And that was with more flight, and it's flicked away. It was sort of more angled on the leg stump then, so he got to the pitch nicely. Taj.
Yeah, all the variations. So that's 3 down, and that's a really good little spell there. We'll see what they do. They bring him back or they hold him until the end.
I need to say too, we're at the Lindale Cricket Club. I think I said Lynbrook before. Lindale Cricket Club, which is, as I say, North Noble Park. Big cricketing area.
Yeah, really lovely. We're sort of in the middle of suburbia.
We are.
Melbourne. My first time here, and I understand it. You can get a little lost if you go for a run down.
Yes, Grant. I was just going to mention that. It's my first time here too, hence why I got lost last night. And my back's paying for it today. Oh, that's an absolute peach from Vassie to start his 2nd over. He is, he played down the line, maybe allowing for the swing like Justin Langer's Uncle Rob used to back in the 70s. He would play a miss and drive them mad. And that's what Taj has done on that occasion, hence why he didn't get any bat on that. 3 for 32, that was a beauty. Just takes the bottom part of the bat. He's just bowling really well here.
I'm just taking some interest, Dan, in where he's placing the ball in his fingers. It seems that he's varying that. He's placing the ball towards the end of his fingers, so that maybe takes a little bit of pace off. Let's see what he does this time.
This is down the ground, getting plenty of it. Taj, it'll go towards the boundary. Boer, he's already bowled 3 overs, skids in, does well, and they come back for 2. He's got underneath that one enough then.
Yeah, it didn't matter where he placed his fingers because it was slightly over pitched, which means that you could step hit, which is exactly what they did down the ground. And now they're going to push long off back, but this is probably now where a batter needs to say, well, I've got to make the most of these field restrictions.
Taj power. Doesn't score there into the covers. He did start his career here at Lynbrook.
Look at a local.
Yes, and he's been playing for Frankston Peninsula in the under-18 competition. There are so many players that have actually been lining up in the under-18 comp. in Premier Cricket. Sri Lanka's team's full of them, or the Lankan Lions, I should say. Work down to the onside. Again, the fielders are deep there and short of a length. Played it pretty nicely, Power. So he's one of the key members of this side.
Remember me telling you, Dan, last time we were together, that former Queensland player inside who did that coaching with us on running, that's where he said you should be able to get a run every time you hit the ball if they're back in the circle. It's almost like a ticket.
He was well, they're doing the same thing here. Solid player inside. Virtual tip and run. So 3 for 36 after 7. And there's going to be a bowling change here. So I think what they're going to do is they're obviously going to keep Boer for one more over a bit later, Grant. And he's done a great job.
Yep. The way he's going to, I would say that they'll be looking at that him bowling later on, like well later on, even in the last sort of 19, 20 over mark.
Now is this the captain, Campbell?
Yeah, this is the captain, and wasn't he excited to be here? As you said, second year in ACL.
He's played with Central District in the under-17s and under-19s. And Palmerston North High School.
A nice start for the left-arm orthodox.
Yep, another one. They don't have success, as we've said before, in Test cricket that much. They're more containing bowlers, but their specialty is this form of the game. You're right, there's the Ian Saab idea coming into play as they just dropped it into some space on the onside. Played quite a few games for Queensland, didn't he? Came in around about the late 60s. Opened the batting with the legendary Sammy Trimble, of course.
Correct.
Part of a trivia question. All the players that 12 men for Australia but didn't play Test cricket. It's a bit unlucky, but when you've got Laurie and Simpson there, it makes it tough, doesn't it? Why do we off start? Oh, absolute beauty. He was playing at that tentatively.
You can see that little bit of wear in the wicket, and it's playing into the hands of these left-hand orthodox. This is a good idea by the captain to see this.
Again, darted away. Good return. Fielder was, again, not that far away from the wicket. Almost like a deep gully or a squarish short third man. Good return. But they're getting these quick singles, which is good. 3 for 39 near the end of the 8th. Chopped away out in the deep.
And it's steady as she goes at the moment for the Melbourne Pirates, who, as we said yesterday, after yesterday's games, lost in a really tight clash with the Lankan Lions. They got 20 off the last over, not looking like they come from the clouds, didn't they?
Well,
it was a storming finish, wasn't it, Dan? An absolute storming finish. So
probably wasn't until about the third blow we thought, gee, they're half a chance here.
They was chasing that 120 odd mark.
Chasing 100 they were.
100.
98, yeah.
100.
Yeah. They did really well. This is Driven away, but out in the deep, and the catch is taken. More sliced away than driven away. Didn't have control. And Chochki is gone.
And the Kiwi Warriors are really up for this. They're bowling a lovely line. They're bowling to some plans. They're putting protection out in the right places. They're keeping field intact. And that's a mistimed drive that just ballooned out there to that deep cover, and they took their catches. So they're taking the catches, they're bowling good lines, and at the moment I would say they're clearly on top. 4 for 40, the Melbourne Pirates. And now we need someone to put their hand up and say, I'm going to take control of this innings for my team, work my way into an innings, and then be there at the end to pick off those runs that tend to be a little bit easier to get towards the end of a batting innings.
Taj Power was the one that perished then out in the deep. We mentioned what a good player he is, and Chochki's still there. As we get our heads around all these players. Aryan Sidhu is the new batter. Wide of the off stump.
Just cutting the wide line. Umpire had a good look at that.
So 4 for 40, and we're in the 9th over. Path operating from the city end. Oh, appeal for a catch behind. It was a drive, but he nearly feathered.
And I like this captaincy by Ethan Campbell, bringing in a slip,
Yeah.
bringing pressure, further pressure to the Warriors.
And a gully. Cover, mid off, mid on, mid wicket. Third man. He's bowling well, isn't he?
Oh, it just seems like a really well organised team. Set out yesterday, come in for the first game today, and they've got, to me they look like they've got bowling plans. I'll be interested to see how they go about their batting. A nicely organised team.
Now this might be another catch here. No, again, just slicing it over. The slip's Corden. The fielder was there at third man, but it got away from him. And valuable runs. He had to make some ground, and it went through his fingers.
And it's one of these high risk, high reward. He did give him plenty of width, and it did make it down to this deep third man. And the man who took a great catch running forward there knitted at some AFL skills.
He did. 4 for 44 in the 9th over. Season kicking off this week. And takes the outside edge into the offside. There's no run.
Yes, Dan, we're in Australian Football League territory here in Melbourne, where the game is bigger than you can imagine.
Oh, it's huge. I mean, everyone's forgotten about all the other sport. Champions Trophy's on the semi-finals. I think they've got to get rid of that tournament. That's probably a story for another day.
Your team, Western Bulldogs, hey, you've got a few injuries.
Injury hit, Grant. Yes, very badly injury hit. It'll be a very long year. 4 for 44 after 9 overs, so this will be Campbell again. And he's got Chochki on strike. Got 2 catches in front of the wicket. Tries to noodle this one down to fine leg, a shortish fine leg, and again, they it's a wide. So,
He missed everything there.
Yeah, I thought there was a bit of bat in that.
Must have come off the keepers.
Yeah. 4 for 45. Rare miss by the keeper. He drop a catch as well. This is steered, and again, just darting it in beautifully. He's doing a great job, this left armour, operating from the social club rooms then we were broadcasting from. Campbell. Yorker length again, Grant.
Said to Ethan out there, Dan, gee, you've got a strong Kiwi accent. And he said, no, I've got the accent. Typical Australian banter, Kiwi banter. We do love our near neighbours from over the ditch.
Yes, they're often, as you mentioned, playing out of their weight division, except in rugby union, where until a few World Cups ago, they used to probably take the gas a bit. That might be unfair, but big titles are never easy to win.
Well, a lot of pressure on them, that's for sure.
Like the Australian men's hockey team.
Oh, bold.
That was a beautiful delivery. Just probing outside the off stump and just sort of moved away. Didn't quite know what to do then with that one, Chotchke. And the score remains at 4 for 47.
Everyone's in on this. There's a really good field placement there. As I said, it looked like a really well organised team, this team.
Dabs to short, third man, who's there. They thought about a run. They've been sneaking these little singles, not that far away from the bat, whether it be short third man, short find leg, or those catches 10 or 12 metres in front of the bat at cover and mid-wicket respectively, but not on that occasion. So 10 overs gone, and the Kiwi Warriors made the decision to send the Melbourne Pirates into bat. I would say so far it's making dividends, and it's 4 for 47.
Paying dividends, all right, at the 5 over mark, 3 for 29. At the 10 over mark, 4 for 47. So those 5 overs only yielded 18 runs then for the Melbourne Pirates. So a combination of losing wickets and very good bowling means that we've now got the Kiwi Warriors well on top.
It's like Path will bowl out, Grant. We've still got a couple to go, and this is wide of the off stump, and it's called a wide. Gee, I'm not sure about that. It's an offside wide. Again, the umpire's doing a great job, and provided they are consistent. That was swinging away, and he didn't move his feet, and he hung his bat out. What do you think?
I called it from here as
wide
because I'm right down that line, and thought, yep, no, that's fair call.
You played the game at the highest level. I never did, so we'll bow to your better judgment. That was wide. It was a bit wider. Again, he didn't move his feet. See, my issue with that, 2 in a row, is that if he puts his right foot out, he can probably get to that. And he just hung the bat out.
Yeah.
And exacerbated it more than it probably was.
Yeah, didn't commit. Go hard if you're going to go out there.
2 wides to kick off the over. Needs one on line. Gets one on line. And it's a Yorker that's dug out. And a great piece of fielding in his follow through. Take the wides out. I reckon this has been a very, very good piece of bowling by Path. Bowling unchanged from the city end here at Lindale Cricket Club. Oh, caught behind. Good bowling. Just having a little bit of a windy woof outside the off stump, and he feathers it through. So another wicket goes down. That was a poor shot too. 5 for 49.
Yeah, I was interested in where he placed his front foot then, and his front foot just went straight down the wicket. Had it been sort of outside, pitched outside, off stump, placed his front foot outside off stump, probably gave himself a better chance of hitting that one in the middle, but not to be. 5 for 49 after 10.2.
Yeah, that's terrific bowling. You'd prefer the offside wides than the leg side wides, wouldn't you? I mean, and he's bowled a couple of those offside wides, but he continues to just probe around that off stump.
Yeah, I think you're right there. An offside wide can mean, maybe you're just aiming to get out there, whereas a leg side wide, too many of those often mean there's a bit of an issue with your delivery action. Falling away and that type of thing. A leg stump guard. New batter.
Slipping a gully.
Looks like a big strong fella, so.
Hans Bussey's done a great job here. And again, a swing and a miss. Looking to play an extravagant cover drive. Bit of a gap there, Grant, between the covers and mid-off. And if he had got onto it, it would have raced across the turf here. But he didn't. You can see Chotchke at the non-striker's end on the big screen here, getting a little bit frustrated. There's a lot of plays and misses by his fellow batters. And this time he squeezes into the gully. That one swung a bit, swung in. An in-swinger, a late in-swinger from here.
And now we've got a gully in place. Gully in place now, so... I mean, the Warriors could have men all over the boundary, but more good captaincy here by Ethan Campbell. Let's keep pressure on.
This is Jaron Edward, the new batter. And he square drives the next one. Beats point and also beats White, his third man. Probably the loosest ball that Bassey's bowled so far, wide of the off stump.
And notice the front foot, Dan.
Yeah.
He did enough just to get across off stump. The previous player just placed his front foot straight down the wicket, whereas that was enough, that movement, to shift his front foot just set outside off stump. When you flay the bat, you're a better chance of getting good connection to it.
Last ball of Bassey's spell. This is curled around the corner, or attempted to be curled around the corner. Not sure how much bat was there. Robinson, the wicket keeper, quick as a flash, was there to ensure there's no run. So we've had 11 overs. The first game of day 2. Yesterday we had wins to Pakistan. Finished at 1 for 132 over the Sydney Kangaroos, 7 for 128. They batted well, the Kangaroos, but just didn't bowl very well. Indian Tigers got the job done against Afghan Leopards in a pretty good game. Again, the Afghan Leopards batting first, 7 for 119. They made 115. They did lose wickets at the end, 4 for 7. They were in a good position to make a much better score than 115, the Leopards. They lamented their collapse late in the day. And Lincoln Lions, with that incredible last over, we didn't really see it, as Grant mentioned earlier, until the very, very end of the innings, that they're actually going to get that job done. 9 for 100 against the Pirates, who made 98 on the first day when conditions were tough. Dan Lonigan and Grant O'Hara with you. Grant's going to take over the commentary for a few overs.
And it looks like we've got another, is this another left arm orthodox?
Yes,
this is the third to come in from this southern end. Another left arm orthodox that has landed nicely early. Just bowling into that that little piece of real grassless area on the wicket. Just checking what we're doing with the field here. Strong onside field. Lofted, just lands to the left of that backward square leg. Takes a single.
So I might say it was perfectly placed.
perfectly mishit sometimes, Dan.
Yes.
Got a sweeping cover and a deep long off on the offside. And well bowled. That just gripped a little bit.
Seem to be content with operating with spinners from this southern end or social club rooms end.
There's a little bit of a variable bounce at that northern end. And that's the end of the over. And the left arm orthodox from the southern end have really dominated. Lovely variations and been very difficult for the Melbourne Pirates to get away. 5 for 54 off 12.
Do you think we'll ever see in T20 cricket or even the 100 game that's become big in England, even though it's been criticised by all the English commentators, ex-players after they bowed out of the Champions Trophy, that we'll just see spinners bowling in those forms of the game?
That's a really good question. I remember when we first started T20s, I was reading some of the pundits saying that, well, that's the end of spin. They'll be just too easy to get on to. But it's been the exact opposite. They've, as you're alluding to, really come into their own, haven't they? And this is a change of bowler. It's from the northern end. Sam Pearce, did I just hear, coming into bowl.
Sam Payne.
Sam Payne, thanks.
That's okay. Yeah,
Thanks,
so operating with
22.
the pacers from the far end and the spinners from this end.
There you go, quick single. Keep you standing up. But if you're in good synchronicity with your partner, you'll make those ones pretty comfortably.
Central Districts Cricket Club well represented in this team, Sam Payne being another one.
Oh, square cut to point. There was a drop catch. Went very quickly, but one that he would have liked to have taken for sure. Take a single.
Travelled, didn't it?
It did. Great piece of work.
Oh,
that's a stumping. Pitch short. Went down the ground, looking to go big on the offside. And that's a lovely piece of work. And there I was saying the value of good keeping in limited overs cricket. Just as the Melbourne Pirates were starting to build their innings again, a great piece of work there by the keeper. And that is now, look at that, above shoulder height. No decision to be made by square leg there. Good piece of work, Dan.
Absolutely, Grant. I mean, as you say, he took it above shoulder height, so there was a little bit of work to be done to then whip the bails off. So we're talking time, and you then think, is there time for the batter to get back? Obviously not. And they're brave, these keepers, aren't they? I mean, we don't bat an eyelid nowadays to them standing up to medium paces. Darren Berry started it. Peter Anderson had some success before breaking a thumb to Ian Botham. But they do it so well. And even though he did drop a catch when he went the wrong way, I think this keeper, and we've sung his praises, has been pretty good, Robinson.
I'm so
3
pleased
dismissals now of the 6 that have fallen.
So pleased to see them wearing helmets these days.
Yep.
New batter in, number 48. Singh, one of our Singh players. Nice straight bat, nice bowling. Great line of length, really good over. Had a catch dropped, he had a stumping taken. And in a dominant display at the moment, the Kiwi Warriors, as I've said a couple of times, that just look like a really nicely organised team. Bowling their left arm orthodox into this sort of bare patch that exists there on the pitch at the northern end.
It'd be soul destroying if they were again to be dismissed for under 100, the Pirates, after a promising start, but wickets are just falling too regularly.
Gone from 5 for 49 to 6 for 56. Badly needed partnership. Still got 7 overs.
JP Singh is the new batter.
Ooh, umpire had to think about that. Must have just crossed the wide line.
How often do you see a slip in place in a T20 match? We're halfway into the innings, 14th over now.
And yeah, you're dead right. We've only got a couple of players out. That deep cover and that deep long off, deep mid wicket. Everyone else in on the single. Oh, picked up shy, and it'll go for overthrows. He's taken the bail as he's thrown it through, so great throw. Batter was back in.
Was good.
Nice, quick, sharp piece of work. No appeal.
I was going to say it was a sloppy piece of work. It wasn't. When you take a bail off for a direct hit, whether the batter's in or not, it's still pretty good, isn't it? Sometimes it's just a bit of bad luck. It's been an outstanding fielding display by the Warriors. Right into the lower middle order now of the Pirates.
Just tuck that around for 1. Didn't try and overhit it, so maybe taking some responsibility to really get through these next couple of overs. Keep some wickets in hand so they can go big at the end. Big swing. Good piece of work. Keeper's now got some real confidence taking it well.
He's been excellent in general.
That one's just moved away a little bit. Batting not so easy there at the moment at that northern end. Let's see if the Pirates taking notice of this. Well, obviously they're all batting on it so they can see. Let's even make some use of those conditions at the bowling into the northern end.
We saw yesterday how good their bowling was. I mean, the wicket, it was an issue early days because of the rain on Sunday and it wasn't covered, and the groundsman, as we've touched on, Luke, did a great job to get it up and about. And they've had a first and found it hard with the 98 they made, but for a long time they were defending that game successfully because their spinners were doing a great job, and balls were bouncing and it was hard, a little bit like what's happening at the moment for the Pirates batting at the moment, in that they're just not able to get bat on ball to the spinners.
And that's wide from the first ball, re-bowl. I think there's clearly will be a correlation between fewer sundries and wins as well. Lovely shot, square cut, outside off stump, down for 4. Well timed.
Yes, good shot. Stood nicely in the crease. Just enough width there for him to find the gap. And they need runs and need them urgently. Nice shot by Edwin.
Robinson's moved up to the stumps again this over. Oh, misfield out there, and has he saved it? Think he may have. Yes, he has.
Just.
So that was a leg spinning slow ball, well driven, deep cover, and let's have a look at the replay.
Ooh, touch and go.
Was touch and go. So we just need a nice little partnership here. We're approaching the end of the 14th over. 6 for 66.
Threshold's 100. You've got to get to 100, don't you?
I agree.
Get 100.
Give yourself that mental achievement as well of getting to three figures, and then can we protect that?
We were discussing earlier about you used to attack in T20 cricket. It's all about defending. I mean, a lot of sports are like that. Soccer, football, rugby league, all about stopping the opposition from scoring. You've still got to score yourself. And same in this form of the game too, but you're trying to keep teams to a low score, squeeze them as much as you can.
And the end of another good over. What I noticed there, very little leg stump, mainly that on and outside off stump to protected areas of the field. And after 15, 6 for 67. That's 20 runs. So the last two blocks of 5, the Melbourne Pirates have put on 18 and 20.
Not enough.
Not enough, Dan. I agree, and it's put it down to the crafty work of these left-arm orthodox bowling from the southern end. And here we have our man back who opened the bowling.
Yes, Boer, who bowled 3 terrific overs, got a wicket, and just started the strangulation, if you like, with those left-arm spinners, and then the right-arm offie as well. And they've had a lot of fun the way they've bowled at this southern end.
Bowled. Spearing it in. Stayed low. Very difficult to hit those. This will be Bora's last stand, do you think?
Yeah. Well, here's his last over.
Here's his last, yeah.
Good year with the bat too. All the matches he's played.
Ooh, down the ground. Pitch that up. Sweeper comes round. Picks up beautifully. Wood, good fielding, number 23. Open the bowling. Bit of a slinging action. Started the nice momentum for the Kiwis. That was a good piece of fielding, Dan.
Certainly was. He had to make some ground. He had Long on there to support him as well. Hit pretty hard.
In the air, chipping into a gap. Little pockets. Find those. For a single, keep rotating the strike.
Boer had taken evasive action, as you could see on the replay, stuck a hand out. Thought maybe, if I'm lucky, it might just stick. Might have taken the hand with him, though.
He's given him terrific piece of bowling. About 90 Ks, spearing it into off stump.
Great bowling.
Created the missed shot there by the batter, and what a good piece of bowling, Dan.
The Rudy Kurtzen finger goes up. He also does the Billy Bowden sign for the 6.
I thought he might have just, at one stage thought it was outside off stump. Let me have a look. Hitting outside off. No.
Got him on the back leg.
Back leg.
Yeah.
I think he was resigning the bat. Yep, I think that's terribly out. And of course it was. Yeah. Good decision.
He was sort of considering looking away. Sure you've done that.
Definitely.
I've done that many times because I've hardly made a run at all the cricket I play, which isn't a great deal when you just hope. You just hope.
Please don't give me out.
I can't play. Let me stay in for at least one more ball.
Number 13 comes to the crease for the Melbourne Pirates. His team in a little bit of bother.
Rafael Minhas.
Nice to see the Cinch, the Melbourne Pirates sponsor. New batter in. Guys. Boys. I'm calling that a wide down leg side. He's got an interesting setup, our new batter. 7 for 69. Got a very wide, very open stance.
It is, isn't it?
Foot
like
on
a wood
about
chopper.
leg stump, yeah. Steps across and not quite Chandrapal, but sort of in that territory, Dan.
Ijaz Ahmed. They called him the wood chopper. Had a very good record in Australia. Loved the bouncy tracks, especially in Perth. And he was like that. He used to chop the bat.
That's right. That's wide. Yep, you have to call that. Outside off stump.
Tried to rush it a bit too quickly, I think. Hasn't got too many wrong. Bowled a few wides, which is probably one of the few blemishes in their bowling performance. But other than that, it's been spot on.
Oh, misfield off his own bowling. Yeah, look, he's disappointed. Fielders hate giving up runs at the best of times, but certainly when it goes past their hand when they're going to field off their own bowling. 7 for 72 down after 16.
They'll be hard pressed to get 100. They still can. I mean,
that's the target, isn't it?
We saw what Sri Lanka did yesterday at the very end. It just still can't get over that. Just came out of nowhere.
You did.
You and I were sitting there scoring, and we're thinking to ourselves, "Well, this is over." And then one blow came. The second blow came, and I think when the third blow came, you said to me, "They can win this." And I looked down and said, "They certainly can," and they did.
One of my favourite racehorses, Chautauqua, used to just come from the clouds.
Yes.
Could win whenever it wanted to.
Correct.
And that was like a Chautauqua finish.
I remember Essendon in the AFL.
Oh, here's Wood back into the attack.
Yes, there was a game against North Melbourne and they were 69 points down a quarter time and they got up 1. And you knew in the second quarter when they kicked 5 or 6 in a row, North had a lot of injuries that year. They've been a strong side the previous 8 years before that. You just knew they were going to win. Coming from a long way back. I love this action. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, if you're joining us for the first time, you're going to enjoy this action of this young Kiwi medium, quick. He'll be quicker. He'll get quicker, of course. He's still growing. Young Wood, 23. He'd be buying around that sort of 119, 120 mark at the moment. Nothing wrong with that. No, under 19s, but this lovely gliding action. Look at him come in.
I like Tomo.
And if you can control this sort of action, Dan, you could get some real pace out of it as you move up through the grades.
I think the one difference, Grant, is it's not as pronounced. Tomo's was, you can actually see where the ball's coming from a fair way out. All the batters who faced Tomo, and I'm sure you did too, didn't know where the ball was until the very end.
And he was, believe it or not, he was very side on Tomo, whereas, the bowlers these days can get a little bit more chest on and what I'm looking for then was where he was putting his front arm, and watch him as he runs in on delivery, where he throws his front arm, and he's really throwing his front arm out sort of into that almost cover area. Let's just take a look. Let's see if I'm right with that. Front arm, out it goes. See how it goes out. Really, 90 degrees, and that's where they can get all their movement.
And the front foot's not as pronounced either. You know how that front foot with Tomo used to come right out.
Yep.
And drag over, and he had a lot of issues when he went to England after that great summer in Australia, 74-75.
So let's see where he plants his back foot this time, if it's parallel to the crease. Yes, it is. Yep. Okay, so that's what he's doing. His back foot's parallel, his front foot's down the crease, and that's keeping his shape. He was just having a little bit of a radar problem early on bowling down leg, but then he got a wicket with a stick down leg.
Nearly got another one there because it was almost chopped on. And it's 7 for 74. They just can't score. They need to really try and take a risk. The issue is, though, 7 wickets down, the Pirates.
Yeah, what the Pirates have missed is that one anchor. He just said, righto, boys, I'm going to be here at the end. You bat around me.
Most of the other teams have had that, haven't they? I mean,
yes.
Again, that was short of a length, just a bit too quick, a bit too good for it. Not too many of these young guys, they may have seen some footage of Tomo, that they wouldn't have probably faced a young guy like this. What was it like facing him, Grant?
No, I didn't, thank God.
You didn't?
No, I was lucky enough. The time we played Toombul, he was playing for Queensland, thank goodness.
Oh, that's good.
It was. It was good because, not everyone had helmets, and it just depended. What they used to say with Tomo, they used to, whether he just turned up or whether he had a couple of, practice bowls as to what sort of mood he was in that day, and if he was in the mood to bowl quickly, then thankfully I didn't have to do that.
Campbell's back in. This is chopped away and straight to the fielder at point.
Chopped away in the air.
Yep.
And that was enough for a nice sharp catch there at backward point. Good hands, big hands. Let's take a look at the replay.
Great hands.
Full pitch.
Bucket hands, really, Grant, weren't they?
Yeah.
Never looked like missing.
Nice full pitch, and he got a big piece of it too, but unfortunately that was one of those. It was hit so hard that it was just a couple of metres either side of the field. He might have got away with it, but not on this occasion. Straight to him. 7 for 74.
Timothy O'Leary.
And the Warriors well in control.
It's been a very disappointing batting performance. Just a procession after.
Tenish, the new batter, number 21.
The great thing about this bowling performance is it's been very even. They've all shattered around the wickets. Woods bowled pretty quickly.
Captain Ethan Campbell, left arm orthodox, controlled the innings from this southern end.
He has. Oh, trying to get some bat on that but not move the feet. There's been a little bit of that amongst the Pirates' batting effort today. Just kept a little bit low. Chopped away to point.
It's one of those ones where the batter says, yes, I've hit that, well, go. And his mate's saying, no, I'm not going, we're going to get run out.
So Warriors in a strong position here in the 18th over, 8 for 74. They've winkled the batters out on regular occasions, and another example of where the ball has beaten the bat, the straight one. A little bit of bounce as well. Played it close to the body, but again, hit it too firmly. Dot ball at this stage, Grant, or even a dot over, a maiden over. Is just
he's a victim of
gold.
Not many wickets left.
Yeah.
Oh, misfield. That'll pick up one. Look for two. He's going to come back for two. Yep. Got to take every run on offer at this stage. Shanish off the mark with a 2. And that's the end of the over. So that's the end of the 18th. 2 overs remaining. 8 for 76, the Melbourne Pirates.
Any chance of the score of 90?
Oh boy. The answer is yes, Dan. The short answer is yes. But the caveat is you've got to hold catches, bowl good lines, and have great field placings. You don't give yourself much wriggle room, do you?
No, you do not.
You know, if you get the 120s, the 140s, 150s, you can maybe, we might drop a catch and we might survive. But at 90, you've got to almost play the perfect game of defensive cricket.
Here's the Axeman again. And Wood starts his last over. Oh, right through him. Wasn't that great to watch?
It was
Not for the
fantastic.
batter, but good for the bowler.
Great length. Just going to have a look. No replay, but no, terrific length. That looked like it went straight over the top of middle and off middle. And he's starting to get a rhythm here. Look at this rhythm. You can feel it. He's got his run up right.
This is Elmond, the batter. And he goes down the ground this time. The fielder is sort of in the circle at long off. He pursues it.
And the batter makes the Cardinal sinner not running.
Oh, they needed 2.
You're thinking that he's that's one of those I've hit it in the middle that must be going for 4, but we did see that it's a little bit heavy, slightly heavy the outfield, and instead of getting 2 he gets 1 and brings Hanish under strike, who really needs to throw caution to the wind now. See if they can pick up the boundary. It's a rebowl. That'll be a wide.
Yep.
And look at Woody saying, I'm disappointed with that. This spell he hasn't bowled anything down leg.
It was a real effort ball, though. There seemed to be a bit more pace generated from that one. I like him. I think there's a lot of promise there.
Great line and length, just a little dab. Batter can't do much with that. Had no width, good length.
8 for 79 in the 19th. So 9 balls left in the innings. The Pirates putting themselves under pressure if they were to drop their first 2 games in the tournament. Almond able to push into the offside and get the field deep, just add to the total. Probably got nothing to lose like the Lincoln Lions, Grant, have they, in that final over? If they want to go, a couple of wickets in hand, try and get as many as they can.
Down the ground, pushes to the bit off and gets through.
Well taken again in one hand by the wicketkeeper.
Just goes to say, can put some pressure, pick up, throw left-handed into the keeper Robinson. Yeah, tries to take it one hand. Two hands may have been the better option, but I know he was just trying to get in there quickly, Robinson. He's had a good game so far. A drop catch he won't be happy with, but the other terrific stumping earlier.
Yes, from the medium pacer too. That was a real feature. Last ball of the 19th. Oh, that was a good delivery too.
And it's tip and run there. from the Melbourne Pirates. You back the side theory, back in play, you'll get a run. If your mate's ready to come with you, bat that partnership. Keep the sink, and that's a good spell by Wood. Well played. And the captain's going to bowl himself in the last over. He's bowled very well, Ethan Campbell. He's captained well.
Do you think it was a preconceived plan, Grant, that they decided we'll bowl all the pace bowlers from the far end or the city end and we'll bowl all the spinners from the southern end? Or do you think they just decided, okay, Adam, you start from the far end, Gary Boyd, you start from the southern end, and after the first couple of overs they thought, well, this is working, we'll just keep it?
The first one? I think it really was the first one. If I was an astute captain and coach and team, I can see that there's going to be some assistance for the left-arm orthodox down to those bare patches at the northern end. So it's either been a really well-conceived plan or a really...
Got to go two, and they don't.
I'm going to say it was a really... The way that this team's been put together, the way that they're so well organised, the fact that they've got three very, very good left-arm orthodox, this was a really good plan. Down the ground, swings. Be picked up by the sweeper out there. They'll pick up two.
That was better. There was a chance for two before. I know the fielder was screaming in off the deep mid-wicket boundary, but I thought if they had a really got on their bite, they might have managed to steal a second, but they didn't.
Is there a six in this? Is there a six in one of these guys?
Well, there needs to be. He's a tall man.
He's a big levers, so let's see if he swings through. Over the top of... Sweeper again. Tough throw in, 2 runs, very important runs at this stage of the innings. Still got 3 balls left, and a 6 or 2 would be just what the doctor ordered.
What's been impressive too is the number of boundaries.
There it goes, Stan. Down the ground, he's done it. Good boy, well done. You have the death bowler, but also we've got the lower end of batter. Gets down to the pitch of the ball, swings through and makes good contact down for 6. Is there a chance of your 100, Dan? Is there? There's 2 balls remaining, 2 fours, they'll do it.
Tanish Pantankar, beautiful shot.
And again, beautifully played. Chips, that's gone for 4. Really good work, and here's some momentum building now. Vital momentum for the Melbourne Pirates. Down the wicket, doesn't try to overplay, but pitches it beautifully. Down for 4.
He floated it outside the off stump then, Campbell, the skipper. And Pantakar's got enough confidence as a tail ender to just swing and find gaps.
And another stumping. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to go one way or the other. It was either going to go big or out. And sadly for the Melbourne Pirates, it was the out. But 97, Dan, 9 for 90, all out for 97. Or 9 for, wasn't it? Not quite all out.
Yeah.
Good piece of bowling there by Campbell. Held his nerve. And the target for the Kiwis, Kiwi Warriors, 98. 9 for 97. Very well played, the Warriors. They hung in there, but the Melbourne Pirates have given themselves a small opportunity there to hold on, but they're going to have to do everything right in their innings. We'll see you all back when the Warriors take on the run chase 10.
Yes, and they're 98 to win. And the Pirates looking for their first win in the tournament, and the Warriors hoping to make it 1 from 1. So we'll return with the run chase very shortly. Looking forward to it here at the Lindale Cricket Club at Noble Park North on day 2 of the ACL Under-19 Championships for 2025.
there in that one. It really it leapt at him. I think it's even got him as high as the glove. It was really some good speed in this bowling.
Well, the bowlers shipped in for the Warriors. They had the spinners operating from the end that Holgate's bowling from, the southern end. This is down the leg side. It's not taken cleanly by Armand. He flung himself across, did pretty well. And it's a wide. Just too much swing there for Holgate. Couldn't control it. None for 4. And
you might be able to see with that angle now on the screen that it's a slight downhill. You actually, not very much, but it's a slight downhill approach, so it's good for the quicks this end.
Campbell, who bowled really well. Again, they get another run because of the inability to control the swing down the leg side from Holgate, captain to captain.
And you asked me earlier if they could win. Well, yes, they can, but they've got to really play a good game of cricket here, which will mean few to no sundries, taking all your catches and bowling great lines.
They certainly bowled a few wides, the Warriors, the pace bowlers from the other end. Look at that. That is so wide. So wide that Armand had no chance of getting anywhere near that. And third man, there's protection there, and he's not that square. But he was no chance of getting anywhere near that.
Yep, the fine leg wasn't that far away either, and the fine leg was coming around.
Yes,
and,
the fine leg, yes.
That had a bit of Harmison about it, that delivery, unfortunately, really got away from him.
Well, the Ashes never was the same, was it? 2006, 2007. Yes, the fine leg, he was squarish, and again, another wide. This one's outside the off stump, so he just can't control the swing here. It's none for 10 already. And there's been 3 legitimate deliveries. We had a bit of this, as we said yesterday, in the Sydney Kangaroos match, where they had these fast bowlers. A couple of them were impressive, but they just couldn't get their line right. Here's Holgate again. That's on line. That's better. I wonder how you feel when you just can't get your line right in a limited overs format game, Grant.
Do you know what just came to my mind, Dan? What came to my mind is when your game starts to get away from you in golf. And you're thinking, I'm just going to... You walk more quickly to your ball and you hit the ball more quickly. And what you really probably should be doing is just taking a deep breath, taking some time and getting back on track. Like that.
Oh, it's a beauty. Cuts him in half.
Just like that.
Oh, that is a ripper. Campbell could do nothing about that. Let's have a look at the replay on Set Sports. And look at that. That comes right back in and goes over the off stump and didn't miss the bail by too much. That's as good a ball as we've seen so far in the tournament, a peach from Holgate. So he can do it.
Bowling.
And he's bowled him. Right through him. He certainly can do it. He just needed to get his line right. He's bowled some wayward balls and then all of a sudden...
Come off his elbow, take a look.
Yep.
Pitches, leaps, cuts back off his elbow, and that hurts. That actually hurts. I saw him rub his elbow.
That's really good bowling, isn't it? So he does have the confidence. He does have the intentional fortitude. He does have the ability that when things weren't going well, a wavered over, wides everywhere, that Lucas Holgate can lead by example and get an important wicket of Campbell, the captain. 1 for 11 after the opening over. Chasing a further 87 to win, and we spoke about the magnificent bowling by the Warriors. They use their fast bowlers from the far end, the northern end, including Adam Wood, who's got the slingshot action a bit like Jeff Thompson. And then they had their spinners, their left armers in particular, Bohr, Campbell, all very impressive, operating in tandem at this end, the southern end.
And that was the end of the over, and of what we call a mixed bag, Dan. There was some really good balls, there was some really bad balls. Now at the end of it, there was a wicket.
This is young Pantakar. Long drink of water, tall boy. And he actually got some runs late in the innings to get them close to 100.
Yep.
And a 6 and a
Pentecar.
4 off Campbell. Yep. So he'll operate from the northern end, slipping a gully in place, and beaten outside the off stump. He flirts with that one. Bit of bounce.
A windy
wasn't far
woof, we
away.
call that one, Dan. A
You do?
windy woof. It was just in between. Let's put that down to nerves. As an opener, but no harm in letting good balls go early on in the innings.
Cronin Stone. Ready now. And this is down the leg side. And it was close to Armand's glove. He wasn't that far away, but he just got enough on that to noodle it down to fine leg.
Umpire's given this runs. Yep.
Yes, without protection.
Got to slip in, no fine leg. So
Third man. It loitered for a little while, and Armand was trying to get across there, but it just travelled too far for him. 1 for 15. Oh, didn't have the foot to the pitch, had the head in the air, driving outside the off stump. And another swing and a miss. The wicket keeper, Jerome Robinson, very, very impressive. 4 dismissals, 2 stumpings, 2 catches. He did miss 1 catch, but generally his wicket keeping was of a very high standard. The wicket keeper next to me, Grant O'Hara, was pretty good in his assessment of him. He's at the non-striker's end as a thick edge down to third man from the bat of the hyphenated Cronin Stone. Another run on the board.
good name that. Cronin Stone.
Cronin Stone.
Fantastic.
It is a good name.
Got to be famous with a name like that. What's his surname? Christian name? First name?
First name is Arana.
Arana Ronan Stone.
Arana Cronin Stone.
Cronin Stone.
Yeah, well, it's an actor's name, isn't it?
It's an
The
actor's
Oscars,
name. You've
of
got to
course,
be
just held
famous with
overnight.
a name like that.
The winner of the Gold Logie was criticised for having a 5-minute speech.
Yes, I saw that. Turn the music off, he said.
This is sliced away by Robinson, clearing the infield at point, out to deep point on the offside. He just threw the kitchen sink at that, gets a run from one that was wide of the off stump. 1 for 17 near the end of the second.
Yeah,
And
they're interesting totals, these, that 97. Like, is he trying to get it over and done with quickly because it's a low total, or is he meaning to play very aggressively like this?
takes the outside edge. I think he was looking to flick that one, Cronin Stone, in bowling reasonably well here. And that was an over that didn't have the wides that the skipper had the previous over Holgate, including a couple of unplayable ones.
He's going to come back on too, Holgate. Yeah, let's see if he can get his radar. 6 out of 6. He's bowling big off-cutters. Getting in there. Strong shoulder action.
Reminds me of Will Sutherland in his looks.
Okay, yeah.
With the blonde hair. Been a good cricketer for Victoria. A very good footballer too. Could have been a top 5 draft pick. Shows cricket like his father. And his sister, who's a star, of course. Down the leg side. Noodled away off the thigh pad for a run. By our man, Arana Cronin Stone. Jerome Robinson now on strike. Ready for hole 4th again. Slip in place. Very wide of the off stump, and I don't think that was even on the cutting. And it's not taken by the wicket keeper, Armand. And it goes down towards the boundary. And just get one.
The other's giving that wides.
1 for 21. Gee, when he gets it right, they are unplayable. That was a beauty to nip back in.
He's certainly got good pace, and he does move the ball. It's just the control I know he'd like to keep on top of.
Well, they can't get bat on ball because they're either too wide or they're too good from Holgate at the moment. He does this time. That's a better shot. Finds a gap between the covers and mid-off. And a run off the bat for Arana Cronenstein. The spinners were very good yesterday. And we dragged them home, only defending 98. Today defending 97. And look at that, cutting Robinson in half and taken down the leg side. Beautifully taken by Armand. That was an absolute ripper.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I'm just going to check with his action here, whether he's doing this cutting this with his fingers, or is a combination of his fingers and natural angle. Let me just take a look. It's hard to see that one got away from him.
it did. Only young though, so he's just learning the control. It's a talent, isn't it?
He's a wicket taker, isn't he? There's no doubt about that.
How would he go in the longer form of the game? Would it suit him a bit better? I'm not saying this doesn't suit him. This is driven nicely. That's a beautiful shot. It's over pitched. And again, the gaps weren't pronounced on the offside. But that is as good a cricket shot as we're likely to see, standing and delivering. That's a pure cricket shot. Crash through the covers by Robinson.
No half measures there. Going to go for it, go hard.
Like a tracer bullet. Oh,
and that one's even better.
That is a magnificent shot. Just more between point and cover point. Again, over pitched. He looks like he can really hit a ball. Throwing the kitchen sink at it with hard hands, but controlled hard hands, Grant.
That's all that shot. Front foot goes down the wicket.
The 3 overs gone. The run rate there only needs under 5. And it's already at 10. And an unplayable delivery dismissed the skipper, Campbell, by the Melbourne Pirates skipper, Holgate. And it means now that Pantakar, he batted okay, as we mentioned, late in the innings, with Jerome Edwin to sort of get them. I mean, not enough, I don't think, but well, the way they've started won't be enough, but 100's like the threshold, isn't it? Didn't quite get there. Pantakar.
One for 31. Kiwi Warriors off their 3, going at 10 and over.
I think all Cronenstein needs to do, Grant, is just do a Grant O'Hara, play the sheet anchor role.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, your old mate Steve Monty played a couple of games, sadly passed away. Wish him and his family all the best.
Yes.
Got 100, of course, for Queensland as well.
Yes.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, look, definitely. I'd want to be there at the end. Given a low target, no need to throw away your wicket. You can see that Robinson is batting extremely well. He's got a great eye. Just see it through. You're at top of the order.
Oh, played across the top of that one.
And there's
I think
a
he might
lot
have
of
taken the
cricket
pace off that, did he?
A lot of cricket to be played.
He take the pace off that?
He may have, yeah. There's a lot of cricket to be played in this tournament. Nothing better than to post a big score early. I'll be so disappointed if he throws his wicket away here. Unnecessarily. There he goes.
Well, he has
almost on cue.
Yep. Commentator's curse in reverse, Grant. And got the top edge. It wasn't short enough to play the shot he wanted to play, and he's just ballooned it, comfortably taken at straight mid-wicket.
Just think there's a combination of a short form game, a team player, and the younger player just trying to do too much with his innings. Someone should just come in now and just say, righto, I'm taking responsibility for this. I'm not letting anyone else out here. We've got a small total. I'm happy to support these big hitters, and I'm going to be there right at the end.
See, I don't think Robinson's a big hitter. I think he's just a good stroke maker. I know I've seen a very small sample, but we've seen two beautiful cover drives with hard hands, but they look really good.
One thing to support him being a big hitter is the lack of feet movement, and he's got this stand and deliver type approach, which will work for him fairly well. I think. Ball's coming on. So new player, number 77.
Josh Campbell. That's Ethan Campbell, of course, the captain. This is Josh wearing number 77, as you said, Grant.
Probably his brother, is it?
Gully point, third man, short cover, and he gets one that takes the top of the bat and takes his hand off it, lifting, and there's no run, but good bowling. One ball remaining in the fourth over, and they need a further 67 to win. It's 2 for 31 in reply to 9 for 97. They shared the wickets around with the pace bowlers and the spinners.
Pirates
the Warriors
2 for 22.
Vandekar bowls again, poking outside the off stump. Campbell has been a lot of playing and missing, and he didn't get an edge though.
Nice little way drift there. Nice bowling. So that's 4 overs down. Pretty close to 8 and over now. Change of bowler, Dan, from the southern end.
Yes, there's a change.
Number 8.
Jane. Yep.
Impact player.
Yesterday.
Right, he's the impact player. He's been
That's
brought
right,
in.
he is too.
We've got these impact laws here, Dan, where you can sub players in and out.
I like it, dear.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. He didn't bat, but he's bowling.
And look who, they've brought in a left arm orthodox to bowl at this end. That's smart.
Cut away, but there's a misfield at short cover. They can ill afford that. You didn't see too many of those from the Warriors. Hence one of the reasons why they were able to dismiss their opponents, the Pirates, for 97. Run straight away. 2 for 32 in the fifth over.
Good thinking here for the Melbourne Pirates. The impact player, Jane, comes in, left arm orthodox. See if you can get a couple of balls to grip into that grassless area of the wicket.
Got a couple of wickets yesterday. And again, a little bit of flight that dips. Well, keep the slip in place. Why not? Try and be as attacking as you can. Gee, that was good bowling. Just outside the off stump.
A little bit of turn, a little bit of slowish turn, but still turn.
And a prod by Campbell. Cuts, but straight to cover point.
Slip, man just behind point, short cover, attacking now on that offside.
Yes, bowling to his field beautifully at the moment. And he speared that in. He used his feet then, Campbell. Good cricket by Jane. He saw him coming, so he speared it in, and he nearly lost his feet as he was trying to work that away. Almost yorkered it himself, and he whipped it straight to short mid-wicket. It's a dot balls. Not on this occasion. Cut away, but in the air. They'll come back for 2.
Oh, a
and the
direct
wicket-keeper
hit.
made a meal of that, I think, Grant.
I think they did. Direct hit would have had him out. There was indecision between the batter. First of all, points to Jane for picking up the false stroke.
Yeah.
Just got away, picked up, throw. Let's see. Yeah. Yep, a clean throw, clean take, and I think that could have been spelt trouble there for Campbell, who says well done to Robinson. He was happy with the call through. 2 for 34 off 5. At the same time, the Melbourne Pirates were 3 for 29.
So only 5 runs difference.
Yeah, so there's only 1 wicket and 5 runs different at this stage.
The problem was, like yesterday, the wickets just kept falling. So they're going to continue with Pantakar. He's third over from the northern end. This is pulled away. Shortish delivery, but in front of mid-wicket. It'll be collected 5 metres inside, and he comes back for 2. Playing some good, pure cricket shots at the moment. Is Robinson the wicket-keeper? Forward dismissal, so if he makes some runs, he might be right in the frame if his team gets over the line for man of the match. 2 for 36 in the 6th over. First match of day 2 of the ACL Under-19 tournament organised by Harry, doing a great job with the rest of his team. This time he's in the air. Commentator's curse from Dan Lonigan. He was going so well, and why would you give your wicket away? Hit it straight up and down on the spot. And mid-on takes the catch, and they've got 3 wickets. And I wonder, Grant, whether that ball came onto him a bit quicker than he anticipated then, Robinson.
Let's have a look, Dan. I just think he picked the wrong length. It was that really good in-between length, just not quite short enough for the pull shot and not full enough for the big drive. So good, but I'm going to put that down as a really good piece of bowling. Good line and length bowling there by the bowler. 3 for 36.
Right back in this. Close game or even a low scoring game's a good game. We're getting that again. Is it that psychological edge of runs on the board?
I was thinking that myself too. All these teams that win the toss and chase used to be got the runs on the board, advantage you, but also advantage now knowing how many you got to get. But regardless of how many you got to get, you can't keep losing wickets. That just keeps building pressure on the batting team. Every batter that comes out then feels that a little bit of extra pressure, and as we know, pressure can do funny things to people. New batter, Dan, 22.
Well, maybe Pantakar's a chance for man of the match. Battle okay, he's got 2 wickets so far. Shaw attempting to pull, and he played underneath it, digging it in. Pantakar, nice bowling.
And the umpire just touches his shoulder. That's the one for the over.
Sam Payne, who did bowl some overs from that northern end where Pantakar's operating from, is the new batter. No slip in place. Oh, beaten again. Gee, that wasn't far away. Some late movement once more, and Pantakar knows he might have nearly got him bowled. Looking at it,
and all of a sudden, look at the body language on the players from the Melbourne Pirates team as they just starting to hear a little bit more noise. You're starting to hear a few more claps. You're starting to see them walk in a little more quickly.
Good bowling again by Pandakar. This has been a good spell.
Nice line and length being adopted here by the Pirates bowlers, who are now starting to work into their innings nicely.
So if you were captain, would you bowl him out or would you save him for one?
I'm a bit of a, if he's on a roll, let's keep him on, particularly because wickets are the only thing that really going to win the game for us. So let's keep our good bowler on. Let's see if he can jag another wicket or two and put us really into the box seat.
That was an outstanding over. A couple of runs from it and a wicket. Just bowling right on line. So a rebuilding phase now with Cronin, Stone, Ethan Campbell out for a duck and Jerome Robinson all back in the pavilion after the Warriors did a good job to restrict the Pirates to 9 for 97. Pakistan boys arrive for their second match today. They made short work yesterday. Farouk, one of the stars, was 74 not out. Just walked past us. Jane, the impact player, second over. Gives it air. Driven down the ground for one by Campbell.
So let's just see if Payne, the impact player, can have an impact, as he's the fourth left arm orthodox to be used from the southern end.
They just have great control, don't they? Why do they in this form of the game? We've spoken a lot about how important they are. A great ability to keep it tight. Not so much on that occasion, a bit short, but they thought about a run and he was out of his ground, Campbell. Good fielding though at deep cover. It was short, but they've got a stacked offside field, so he did bowl to his field.
Okay, he's just caught his sweeper deep mid-wicket up into the circle and he's dropped his cover back, so clearly offside attack, outside off.
See what was Payne doing now? I think he thought that ball he hit pretty straight. He gave himself room and sort of took an inside edge, dragged away into the onside, and then he realised, hang on, that ball's only at short backward square. Oh, he's done it again.
I don't know if he's just not concentrating here, because they were two very, very loose shots. He's got a feeling that he just needs to throw. Jane will see this. Either Darwin will throw it up above his eye line. Which one? Miscues, misfires outside off stump. He'll be disappointed about that.
Payne, the previous two, was opening the shoulders. He'd exposed all the stumps, as you could see, and just took inside edges.
Advantage bowler at the moment.
Yeah, he's doing a great job, young Jane. Well, they're all young, aren't they? So, all young to me anyway. So, that one they get a run as it skids on in. But 3 for 38, 7 overs gone. So it just tightens up a bit. They need 60 from 13. Love another wicket quickly, the Warriors. The Pirates, the Warriors wouldn't, Grant.
Yeah, Dan, the captain's going to keep his big quick on.
Yeah. I like that move, actually.
Wickets now will keep that pressure mounting.
I would have spoken of all the scenarios and Pandakar's going well. Short, cutaway, deep cover though is in play. Three for 39.
Campbell hasn't seen the strike at the moment. I'm now interested to see if he's going to play a bit of an anchor role. Think this through.
It's often fraught with danger, especially a guy who's got momentum, and then for a couple of overs he doesn't see much of it. The action. And gets out straight away. Oh, he gets a top edge that just flies over the wicket keeper. Goes to the boundary for 4. He was looking to pull that away in front of square. And just got an edge on a shortish delivery. Unlucky for Pantakar, lucky for Campbell and the Warriors.
Really well bowled. That really hard line, hard length. That could have been a very similar dismissal to the previous one that was skied. Just missed by the keeper.
Again on line.
What I like about his bowling, Dan, he's really using his height well, getting good bounce. That's so vital. Unless you're a really quick skidder, when you get this bounce like this, it's really hard to play. Very hard to get away.
3 for 44 in the 8th. Oh, he's given his wicket away. He has just clubbed that. He looks at his bat. It might have been a slightly off-pace delivery, and it's a dreadful shot that's gone down the throat of mid-on, and another wicket falls for the Warriors. Campbell perishes, and Pantakar with some late runs and 3 wickets is the man that's keeping the Pirates alive here in the 8th over.
And there's one bloke holding their nerve out there at the moment, and that is Pantakar.
Yeah.
He's just bowling his lines and lengths. He's just getting his nice bounce out of this wicket from that northern end. And I'm yet to see a Kiwi Warriors player commit to making it all about them. Funny game, cricket. You know, it's so individual in so many ways, but sometimes that's the best way to go.
Well, they're not even halfway there yet.
What I'm actually alluding to, you take responsibility for getting these runs. Don't worry about somebody else coming out and getting them. You get them.
4 for 44.
That means if you've got to dig in, you've got to dig in. And here's the new batter, number 10, bowled beautifully. One of the... Boer, yeah, one of the left-arm orthodox have bowled extremely well for the Kiwi Warriors and put them in such strong position, taking a leg stump guard.
He opened the bowling, of course.
And now taking the middle stump guard. So he's taking a leg stump guard and a middle stump guard there, Dan.
Still got a couple of balls remaining. We had a hat-trick yesterday, of course. Not saying, going a bit early, they think there'll be a hat-trick here. It's only taken 1 wicket. Pantakar to Boer. And he gets an edge. And third man is 2 square. That goes fine. The first slip was there. And Ian Chappell, a Greg Chappell, someone like that, Martin Love, they probably gobble that up. But often in T20 cricket, you take the slip away early. And handy runs. But again, Pantakar, full credit for finding the edge, Grant.
A lost opportunity by the Melbourne Pirates. Now he brings the slip in when the horses bolted. What did the Kiwi Warriors do? They brought the slip in, kept pressure on, and that was the result. Keeping the opposition down to short runs. Now the slip comes in.
4 for 48, 50 needed. He drives the next delivery. Square driving.
Nothing would frustrate that captain more than when he probably feels he missed an opportunity there not to go onto the attack. You know, you're on top at this full wicket for the Pirates was 4 for 40. Full wickets at 4 for the Kiwi Warriors was 4 for 44. So there's nothing. There's a scratched match between them. And this is where, you know, I'm not sure, Dan, I like your thoughts on this, being a great sporting buff of many. There are fewer sports where the captain has more of an impact than in cricket. You know, in the NRL, the captain makes the decisions. Every now, AFL, they lead from the front. A lot of them will lead by example. But cricket a captain can really make or break a team. Good one.
Exactly right. I don't know sailing anywhere near as well as the sailors do,
yeah.
but there's the skipper there. I'm sure he makes a lot of the decisions, but then again, they've all got jobs to do as well. But you're right, cricket's the one, isn't it? I mean, for a long time.
Sailing's a good example. I can imagine how vital the skipper is in like Sydney to Hobart, that time of the or America's Cup or whatever. But these cricketers, these guys, in cricket, they have massive responsibility as a captain. Bowled.
What about lawn bowls? I mean, they have the skip. Again, I haven't played a lot of lawn bowls. They have the skip, but is that more a ceremonial, for want of a better expression, title than...
I think so.
I'll do some homework on that before the next game.
Yeah.
4 for 50 in the ninth. James done a great job as the impact player coming in as the bowler. This is lofted. Inside out shot. Over the infield on the offside. 3 fielders in for shoot. And they come back for 2. It was actually well played. Caressed more than hit hard. Just to clear that infield and get a couple.
But Jane won't mind it. I think he'll feel that he may have even got a little moral victory there. And he just cleared the infield.
Oh, got an edge. First slip, couldn't take it. And they come back for 2, but he's again created the edge with some excellent left arm off spin bowling, young Jane.
Let's see if he goes any finer. He's standing more of a second slip there. Yes, he's going to go a little bit finer.
Yeah.
Let's go a bit finer again.
Holgate, the captain, takes a hand off the bat. Didn't have complete control in the shot, but kept it along the ground.
Poor old Jane there. He could have easily had a wicket in that over.
Gary Bohr living dangerously but surviving. So 9 overs gone. It's 4 for 55. They need 43 in 11 overs. If you had the wind viz going, Grant, I'd have the Warriors at 60 and the Pirates at 40.
Yeah, there's not much between them, is it?
No.
Approaching the 10 over. At 10 over, the Melbourne Pirates were 4 for 47. Now, we've got 6 balls to go and they're 4 for 55. So your win-viz examples, very valid. Kiwi Warriors with their noses in front. New bowler coming in, number 20. Sidhu.
I like what Holgate's doing, attacking by having a slip in place. Drew the edge in the last over. And you're right, if he had been a metre closer, he might have snaffled that. This is pulled away. In fact, pulled away brilliantly. Short delivery, Sidhu. It was the loosener, and it's taken the pressure off the Kiwis as it's pulled away through mid-wicket to the boundary for 4.
Yep, dragged down, leg stump, got what it deserved. First time we've seen, well, very rarely have we seen a spinner from this northern end.
39 needed now. Gives it air, the leggy.
See how the spinner goes from the northern end. It's been all sort of seamers from that end who've done very, very well.
Yep. See what effect Sidhu has when he gets into his spell wide of the off stump. Got a similar action to the late great Terry Jenner. High arm action.
And Dan, very opportune to mention.
Yes.
Oh, there's a leggy in the attack right now. Oh, talking about late great Shane Warne. Can you
the greatest.
3 years, Dan.
Hasn't that gone quickly?
3 years since he had his heart attack.
This is hit away without a lot of control. Slicing it away. Through third man. I think he was looking to get that a lot straighter down the ground or over covers, but more runs on the board.
On Triple M this morning, on their morning show, they were playing Warnie's playlist. Not sure where they got it from or how they got it, but some terrific music.
Would have been a lot of mixture there. He loved Chris Martin. He loved
Yes.
Ed Sheeran.
Yes. I loved him too. Got him on stage a few times, Chris Martin.
They sure did. I remember my son rang me, and I was worried because he was at the age where he was sleeping in or sleeping in later. He's a teenager, and he rang me and I said, "Mate, what's the matter?" He said, "Shane Warne's died." And it was funny, not funny, but weird. I wanted to watch something on the Cricket Channel the previous night about Rod Marsh, but they kept playing Robert Craddock's interview with Shane Warne, and they kept playing it and kept playing it and kept playing it. I wonder why they're playing this, and I didn't check my phone until Alex rang me.
Yeah,
couldn't believe it.
Yep. Sharp single. So after 10 overs, the Kiwi Warriors 4 for 61. After 10 overs, the Melbourne Pirates 4 for 47. So they're in front by that 14 runs. My daughter often asks me, "Who's winning, Dad, in cricket?" A bit hard to tell, but this one you can tell. They're definitely ahead of the curve. Exactly the same number of wickets lost, but well bowled.
Beautiful
by young Jane. He's bowled well. He's beaten the bat. He's had edges, not go to hand.
Good thinking bowler, isn't he, Grant?
Definitely. Beautiful bowl. And this is dive. You want your mid-off to take a dive. We need spectacular catch. We need one that we weren't expecting to take. Maybe a bit far away from him, but the dive there wouldn't have hurt. And then great use of the fish and punch through for 4. And that relieves some pressure all round for the Kiwi Warriors. Just over pitch, but it was a good use of feet too. Down the wicket, 4 runs.
Looks like a solid all-rounder. Batting at number 5, Payne, as well as bowling his useful medium paces. Yeah, it took off, didn't it?
Beautiful bowling.
Bit of turn. Spat.
Pitched.
Yep. 31 required. 56 balls left.
Nice bowling there by Jane. Well done.
I think for the rest of the tournament, and there's a chance of maybe being almost out of contention with today's game. By the way, the tables, not everyone's played yet. The Afghanistan Eagles are yet to play, the only team that hasn't played. But Group A, Pakistan after a big win yesterday. We'll get to that in a second, but net run rate 5.078. Indian Tigers, after also winning, 0.923, both on 2 points. The Afghan Leopards, minus 0.923. And Sydney Kangaroos, minus 5.078 after one game in Group A. And in Group B, Lincoln Lions, unbeaten, they're on 2 points. And of course, the Pirates lost yesterday. The Warriors playing now, Afghanistan Eagles later.
Nice control. Early balls in this over.
Oh, good
catch.
catch.
That's catch. Very good catch. That's what they needed. And another little shift. With the cover drive, let's take a look at the replay. He goes the cover drive, gets down on one knee and just knee height going forward, and that's the type of catch that can bring a bit of energy back for the Melbourne Pirates.
Even though he hit it reasonably well, he hit it low, did it beat him slightly for flight then, Grant?
Yeah, well, I think any time you hit the ball in the air, unless you're really trying to go over the top, he's hit that ball in the air. And as the great Don Bradman used to say, Dan, if you don't hit the air, it's hard to get caught, isn't it?
You're correct.
And that's what he did. Hit it in the air, and that's 5 for 67.
This is the buckets. He took a very good catch, made it look simple. O'Leary, Tim O'Leary. Built like the proverbial, like a rugby union player. You could see him playing for the All Blacks, couldn't you, Grant?
He wouldn't be out of place.
No.
Even at prop, this fella. O'Leary. Taking a centre guard. Thanks, umpire. Umpire will tell him how many balls he's got left.
With a name like that, you'd see him playing next to Brian O'Driscoll, one of the greatest Irish rugby union players of all time.
Dragged down, he's hit it in the air. Deep, mid-wicket, comes in, gets under it, and comes too far in. It goes over the top of his head, and that would have been a vital out. Skies the ball, Dan. Moves in, comes in too far, he mislocates it. Oh, that would have brought a very interesting outcome
The opener,
for the over.
Bauer, couldn't quite get there.
To be fair, the big fella hasn't looked that comfortable under the high ball, so go and do plenty of catching practice. Where is the sun? Look, the sun's probably, it didn't help at all. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt there. That sun would not have helped where that was. But there's also a technique that they'll put your hand up, keep the sun out of any, and then bring it down to take the catch or take. It's one of those ones too, Dan. Do you keep your fingers pointed up or do you keep them down? Anyway.
It's a good point. I mean, we saw a catch taken yesterday where the player took it, but he took it millimetres from the ground. And obviously if he drops it, it goes through his fingers and he misses out. If you take it cupped in front of you or above your head, above your eye line, do you have an opportunity, Grant, that if you can parry it, you can get it on the second grab? It's a good point.
Yeah.
You just got to be comfortable, don't you?
New bowler coming in from the southern end, number 10. Five for 68 after 12.
Vanjot Sandhu.
Vanjot Sandhu. Looks like a little medium pacer. Come in and bowl some. Oh dear. He's gone down leg side, he got away with it. Umpire says that's one above shoulder, but let's hope he doesn't start spraying it down leg here. He's got this action that, similar to the captain, that can get away from you. So he's got it. Oh, he's got away with it. No, he didn't get away with it. That's a wide.
Falls away a little bit, doesn't it? Just
sure
a little
does.
Bit?
That's what's happening. He's falling away, which means that he's spearing it down leg side. Get over and off stump, mate. That's better. Round comes the sweep. We'll pick it up and save the boundary. 2 runs. Gee, that would have been interesting, Dan, had they taken that catch then.
Goes back to nearly 50-50 win viz for me. Oh,
That's a big shot. That's a big six going straight over, deep mid-off, and that's gone a long way.
makes it 80-20 now.
And he's just at that pace, giving the batter enough pace to really make connection. That was nearly fielded by the council worker.
In the playground.
In the playground.
Yep.
It's gone a long way, this ball. It's gone over the first fence, it's gone over the second fence and got away from the council worker who went and retrieved it for us. Thanks, mate.
Lusty blow for the big lad, O'Leary. So
A couple of those make a difference, Dan.
20 needed now. There's still 45 balls left, so it's all about wickets. They've just got to get wickets, keep getting them. Runs running out, though.
And that was a good length, good line and length. Sort of tucked him up. What he's got to, Dan, is stop himself bowling that step hit length. When you're at this speed, you need to just be where he was then, not the step hit. That's it. That's it. 6 out of 6 got to go there.
Seemed to tail in a bit, didn't it? It's good. Skidding, kept a bit low. Again, probably 20 short with the bat, the Pirates, it appears.
Good finish.
Yeah.
Good finish, but at the end of the over, 5 for 79 now off 13. So well in front now, because after 15 overs, this is where the Melbourne Pirates basically hit pause. They were 6 for 67. So well in hand, but you just never know. A couple of wickets might send some pressure that they don't want through the batting group. Looks like we've got to change a bowler down now from the southern end.
JP Singh.
Yep.
So you got to admire the captain. He's Holgate. He's made a lot of changes. And again, he's pretty wide of that first slip. Brings himself around a couple of metres again.
Did too wide, I think. Driving. Lovely shot. Pick the gap. Despite the dive, it'll go for 4. Just slightly over pitched. Gave it the full treatment, and that was a lovely shot. It just gets to the boundary, slows up.
Been impressive, Sam Payne. Grant?
Yes. His namesake's very passionate Carlton supporter. Footy show, Sam Payne.
Sam Payne, yes. P-A-Y-N-E.
Different.
P-A-N-G, starting a new show on Monday. Won't be watching it, but anyway.
Do you watch the front bar?
Not really. There was a run. Yeah. So 5 for 83 in the 14th. Oh, certainly is. Look at that. He's got onto it, O'Leary. He had to reach for that because it was wide of the off stump. It was tossed up by JP. And he's just gone, well, I'll go on one knee. But he's got a very broad bat and he's got huge levers and he has put that into the houses.
Well, and via the, I'm no horticulturalist, but I'm not sure what that tree is, but it's a very tall one.
Certainly is.
And he nearly cleared that tree.
Biggest hit of the match so far.
Is that as a silky oak or no?
Don't ask me. I'm not a green thumb. 8 needed. Here he goes again. But has he got enough of that? The fielder's coming around. Good attempt to try and take the outstretched catch. That was a good effort. It got away from him, but he kept at it. It held up slightly. But O'Leary, for the second time, living dangerously, survives as he's looking to try and finish this with a couple of lusty blows.
Got it to the toe of the bat.
Yeah, it did. 5 for 92.
Good effort.
They need 6. Goes again. Gets it high. Hasn't got enough of it. The fielder in the cover should take the catch. And he does. He fell to ground, but he kept his eye on the ball and just keeps that door ever so slightly ajar. I'm praying for the game, Grant. That's what I'm praying for. It's 6 for 92. O'Leary going for the big shots.
You know what I liked about that catch? He called early mine, and then he even had the hands out. So there was real intent to take ownership over the catch. And once he'd done that, you know what I reckon happens, Dan? Gives a bit of confidence. So I've got it. I want this. I've got this. And in the end, it was a really good catch. He slightly misjudged it, which meant that he fell backwards. But no, it was a good, very good catch. So, as you say, it's at 6 for 92.
It is. So you don't think it puts pressure
on
the player or extra onus on the player? I've made the decision. I'm going to take it now. If I don't take it,
that comes
I
out
look
of
like
their
a
own
fool.
personality. For mine, if there's a bloke who just is really quite bullish and has confidence in their own ability, whereas somebody else with a maybe not quite as confident, might go, now it is mine. I can't blame anybody else. But he was confident. He took it.
6 for 92. Asif, the new batsman. He plays back to the bowler. Some fireworks from O'Leary.
Come back to how important. We did say, with such a total like 97, you had to take all your catches. And that one out there, deep in wicket, I know I've come back to it again, but you just feel that momentum shifting that way. And had that catch be taken, as you said, it's nearly 50-50 back to 50-50 win Viz. Now it's 90-10. Maybe more. 95. I'm going to give it 95-5.
It's going to be a little bit nicer to them. 85-15.
Oh, okay. Right.
I don't know why I've found an extra 5% for them.
Yep.
But I'm a nice person. Not that you're not nice, Grant. You're one of the nicest people I've ever met. You talked before about claiming a catch. One of the more famous stories, or infamous, was Jeff Thompson was annoyed at Alan Turner for, I think, not getting near one off Zahir Abbas when he top edge won first day of the 76-77 Test match against
Adelaide Oval,
Pakistan, Adelaide Oval, Christmas Eve. And he dropped one, Turner as well, and didn't get near one. And then just after lunch, he wasn't happy. It was a phrase he used, we won't use it. When he saw Turner was getting near one, and that's why he went for that catch, and they cannoned into each other.
Yep. New bowl up, number 18 comes on.
Beautiful shot.
For 2.
Yeah, driven through whitish long on. 6 for 94.
4 required. Get to the total.
Asif is in with Payne, who's on strike.
And that
might nearly be it as he
slow.
cuts it between point and cover. And 2 more. So Payne finishing this nicely. And the new bowler is Patel.
100-0 now, Dan. Winvis.
Correct. Yeah. Even I can see that. 6 for 96. In the 15th. They need 2. 1 to tie. And down the ground, lofting to the boundary for 4. Payne holds his nerve. And the New Zealand Warriors in their first game of the tournament on day 2 of the ACL Under-19 Championship for 2025 held at the Lindale Cricket Club at Noble Park North in the outer southeastern suburbs of Melbourne. If you want more of a geography lesson than that, or we'll come back to it later, the Kiwi Warriors have beaten the Melbourne Pirates, and for the second time the Pirates don't reach 100. For the second time they lose. They lost narrowly to the Lincoln Lions yesterday and you'd say they're now out of finals contention with another game to come. Grant, professional performance from the Warriors.
It was, yeah, we liked the way that they put their bowling innings together. It was very well organised. They used the southern end of the ground perfectly, bowling left arm orthodox into those dry patches at the wicket. Look, wicket's played extremely well. It's been lovely. It's been a really good cricket wicket. Then we saw there wasn't a convincing batting performance by the Kiwi Warriors. I think, as a first game, it's just a pass mark for them. They chased down a meagre total, but I think they had the opportunity to have at least one or two of their top order get going, and there's nothing like taking some confidence and some momentum with your batting into future games, and now they're going to have to find that confidence and that momentum in their next games. But having said that, all you can do is win, and that's exactly what the Warriors did for their first game, and it does put the Melbourne Pirates in a bit of a predicament situation now.
They bowl well, and they had their plans in place. We've spoken about it a few times. They had the spinners operate from the southern end, the Warriors, the pace bowlers from the northern end, and it worked a treat. They gave away a few wides, didn't they, with the pace bowlers maybe not quite getting the swing right early, but generally that was the key, wasn't it?
Well, we said that when you're chasing or you're defending a total of 97, you just have to, you've got no wriggle room. You have to take your catches, you have to make sure you're not bowling wides, you can't give away too many sundries, and you need a really disciplined fielding performance. They fell short a little bit in that regard, and good win for the Warriors, Kiwi Warriors, Dan.
And we've got the Afghan Leopards who got beaten yesterday. They were in a good position to maybe make 130, 140, but lost 4 for 7. And then they got beaten by India, and then the Pakistan Sultans chased down a pretty competitive score of 128, got the job done. So they're coming up next. And then after that, it's the Afghanistan Eagles playing the Lankan Lions. But a win here, New Zealand Warriors over the Melbourne Pirates, and they got the job done quite comfortably. Back with Game 2 very shortly. I haven't got the gear on. I understand all that now.
How do you do that? Yeah, I'll go and do this. 2 ACL 2025 has been in to the Kiwi Warriors, chasing down a total of 97. It's going to call in the runners-up. It's Captain Lucas Holgate. 97.
That's when it was.
In the call, when you're defending a total like 97, you kind of got to get everything right, eh? Yeah. Not too many wides, not too many sundries. Take all your catches. It didn't quite come.
Really didn't. We wanted. That's cricket for you. Everyone has clearly outplayed us.
Yeah. So your team, you'll take your team back now. Have a word, no doubt. No. This tournament. See what happens in terms of.
Yeah. Been pretty spot on there. We want to give it a red hot crack tomorrow and try and make it worth coming out here.
Yep. I really like the way your team is playing, but so that's you're the captain, mate. So thank you for doing that, mate, and all the best. So a great job, Campbell. Come over, Keithan. Yeah, g'day, mate. Nice start for you guys to keep that total to 97. I really felt that you boys bowled to plans and you really held some really good.
Yeah, it was a pretty awesome start from the boys. Obviously up top with Woody and Gary with real many starts, and we sort of just really just followed our plans, and I think we set some pretty awesome fields with some pretty cool catches. So yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Ethan, that's exactly how we saw it too. One thing I did say, what did you learn from chasing that 97? You know, like you still did lose a few wickets. What can you take away from that?
From the start, they looked to bowl pretty tight at times, and we saw that there was a lot of jag off the pitch. So I think just getting through that tougher period at the start, we'll look to do in the next games coming forward.
Yeah, good work. Well done to your team, mate, and well captain. Really impressed with the way you went, mate. Good luck with the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much. Cheers, boys.
All right, we have a man of the match. Got to call in Manju, please, to present the man of the match. Come over, Manju, one of our sponsors, and our man of the match, Path. Come on in, Path. Well done. How did you find the conditions out there today, mate? Obviously to your favour.
Yeah, it was all good. You know, credit goes to Uncle. He came up with the plan. Just keep it outside off. So all I had to do was execute.
We noticed you did execute. We noticed that this left arm orthodox from this, it was quite favourable, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Gary bowled really well as well. You know, he got a lot of drift, and the one ball that just comes in, which.
Congratulations. That's a really nice thing to get a man of the match early on in the tournament. Take some confidence into the future game.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we'll move forward as a group. Like the environment's been absolutely amazing. You know, it's been fun. Boys, keep going, and you know, one down, two more to go, and then final.
Well, mate, go well. I'm glad you got some confidence. To the Kiwi Warriors, boys. Look forward to our next game, ACL 2025 under 19s.